Action!
Yeah, what up, dude? So today we're going to be talking about Roman architecture and like how it influences people's lives, but we're not like in Rome, so we don't really know how it does. So we're just going to interview people and we're just going to talk about like how it affects people.
We're going to do some real world stuff. Oh, and by the way,
I'm Zion.
I'm Will. Yeah, and this is Zion. And
this is Clark.
I'm confused.
We've
Clark.
So this is Clark.
Clark Fitzgerald.
Clark Fitzgerald.
He's Australian. We
Yeah.
found him in a river in Colorado.
Yeah. So I mean, he was kind of just unconscious, but he was like mumbling stuff about Roman architecture. So we figured fly him down here. He'd be the perfect guy for this.
Yeah, dude, for real.
And so, what do you think about it?
About Roman architecture?
Yeah.
Tell
Well, I
us your
remember
thoughts.
about 3 years ago, I got really drunk. I was wandering around a park and I fell asleep on like a Roman statue.
Oh, no.
That's nice.
that's sick.
Yeah, I bet.
So I got really close to Roman architecture that night.
Yeah.
So I was
But like,
touching it.
it
So
like
it's fun.
sunk in a little bit.
Yeah,
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And
Sleep
through
on
the
it.
dome.
I mean, I think I
Yeah.
know, like I was dreaming about like chiseling and stuff, you know.
And like Zeus,
Right.
I
Oh,
bet.
so you saw yourself.
Zeus. Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeus,
Yeah. So.
So Clark, you ever do any like travel?
Well, yeah, I travel all the time. So one time I remember I was in Belgium.
Belgium. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not Rome.
Isn't that in Africa?
No, actually, I think it's below France.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
it's above France.
East.
Yeah, sorry.
East.
Yeah.
All right. So
Above France.
so
Sorry.
near Rome.
Yeah, it's by Rome.
Well,
Yeah.
it's getting closer than here.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I was
For
in
sure.
Belgium, and I kind of lost my way. It happens to me once in a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember tripping and falling on a cobblestone road. And I'm like, God, who makes roads like this? I mean, they're all uneven and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, I guess they're weathered, right? So it's
Yeah.
1,000 years old. Wait, Rome's 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
2,000.
the weather.
Kind of like 2,000 years ago. So I think the Romans invented, the kind of the cobblestone roads.
Yeah.
Did they? Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, they did a lot to help architecture.
Well,
The
gutters.
aqueducts.
Yeah.
Probably so you can see
Yeah.
that.
Well, sometimes if you're really hard up for a shower, you get
Yeah.
on one of these fancy gutters.
Oh, that's actually really.
Yeah.
And then those aqueducts.
Yeah.
What they used to do before they had aqueducts is they would just carry the water in their hands
Oh,
for like
Okay.
thousands of miles until they got to a city.
Okay.
Jeez, your hands.
But now, they just like hold
they
it.
ever get
They
that
have to
shit.
walk for days and months with just water in their hands. The aqueducts. It's like a form. It's like they modeled it after your hands because you had the water in your hands.
Wouldn't a bucket be easier to carry it?
Oh, your buckets, yeah, instead of the aqueducts.
Yeah, aqueduct. Sounds like a superhero, like aqueduct.
Yeah, it's like a
Is that one of the new Avenger
dude.
guys? Yeah. Aqueduct, watch
Yeah,
out.
he's like
He's like agua duck or aqua.
geese.
Is that like Spanish? Agua.
Aqueduct.
Agua duck. Agua and a duck. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that affected the Avengers movie. Right?
Yeah, and that's modern America.
Not really. Is there an aqueduct and there's Aquaman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in like the ocean though.
Yeah. Well,
More rum
I
stuff.
got a story, huh?
Yeah, tell us what you know, bro.
Well,
Say less.
you ever heard of Hadrian's Wall?
Hadrian's Wall. Yeah, dog.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Over there in Scotland, it's not there anymore. But
No.
the Celts were like kicking their own all the time, like when they were doing like, combat, like
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, like they were.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Well, I don't know if they were Brazilian, because they were Celtic, but doing like ambushes, and they would never like get a big army together. And the Romans like to fart. Another sip of this. So then the Celts were like, oh, screw this, we'll just ambush them, and it was this whole deal. And they said, well, so we'll just build this like 80-mile long wall. We'll just keep them all on that side of the wall, and the rest will be Roman. So
That reminds me of.
like Trump.
Yeah.
Trump. We'll be real here, won't we? Have to bleep that out.
Yo, what up, dude? So today we're here with some real live architects who are going to tell us about how Roman architecture influences their job every day.
Well, he's the architect. I'm just Jeff.
He's the influence.
Yeah, right. Hey, I'll tell you another story.
Yeah.
You know, the Romans invented concrete.
Yeah, did they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the concrete you see today is all faux concrete. It's not real concrete. You can tap on it and go back in time and tap on the other concrete. It sounds totally different. You can tell.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Licensed architect.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Let's go tap on some concrete.
You went to them, right?
I did. I went back and Jeff created this. It's an ortholopter. I don't know what it is, but you can go back in
We
time.
forged it right in that forge right there.
Yeah, and we went back to Rome, tapped on it, and it was like going to Vegas. You ever go to Vegas, you see the big marble columns, you tap on them, there's plastic, same thing.
No way.
Prostitution's legal in Vegas, too.
Prostitution is.
Just like back in Rome.
Back in Rome.
Not the smartest guy in the room,
The Romans created the public spaces. A lot of people don't know that. Before, they were all just living by themselves, not hanging out. So they created these public spaces because, I think, and Jeff does too, population was growing and they needed to kill a bunch of people.
Me and Will are learning a lot today, guys.
Yeah,
So-
dude, this is very educational.
You want to learn more or no?
Sure.
So columns, you've seen columns, right?
Yeah, columns.
Columns are those things, well, there's columns all around.
There's a
They
column
hold
right
things
there,
up.
steel.
No
Yeah,
way.
they used to use those in Rome. In seriousness, though, they did create vaults, like the vaulted roof. Really cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's go pound down some steel. Hold on.
Hey, what do you think about the homeless dudes like around Indy? Like,
Well, you know, I slept on a statue one night.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, no way. I bet we could ask them.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we should go down
I mean,
there
some
and
of
talk
that stuff's
to
pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let's go ask them.
Let's
Why
go
don't we-
ask them that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Let's do it, dog.
Let's come about aqueducts, too.
Bye, Jeremy.
Aqueducts. I could be an aqueduct. Make a costume. Yeah, aqueduct. Yeah, I bet you the Avengers want to hear an aqueduct. What would be my call? Like, quack! Oh, no, I'm just, hiccuping.
How does architecture make you feel? Like in general?
What do you mean?
Like architecture, do you think it has any influence? It is what it is.
Alright,
Cool. Hey, thank you so much. Yo, what up, dude? So, you see this building back here on my right, or on your left? What up? It's not very aesthetically pleasing, and it kind of depresses me. You know that these buildings weren't built by Romans if they weren't aesthetically pleasing. So, what up?
Alright, guys, so we're down here, and I just wanted to mention that these pillars right here, they weren't invented by the Romans. They were invented by the Greeks, but the Romans actually are the people who made them popular. So, like, you know, without the Romans, those wouldn't be here right now. This is what I'm trying to say. Hey guys, so these pillars right here, they're meant to show basically power, and the Romans used that on like their banks and basically like their buildings, and you know, it's just it kind of intimidates me. You know, it gives me a feeling of like, you know, that's not some tiny building. You look at that right there, that's, I mean, you know, you're not gonna just walk up and smack that building in the face. That's a scary building, and I think, you know, that it just influences me in that way, you know. Also, that building is under construction, and the Romans actually had construction like that too, and they used scaffolding as well. Right there, that's not far off from what you would see in, you know, ancient Rome. We're kind of still living in it.
Hey, what up, dude? So, this is actually right here. This is actually an ancient Roman, this is actually an ancient Roman road. They got it preserved here in Indianapolis, Indiana. And, as you can see, this is what the roads used to be. This is what they used to look like in, yeah, it's rock.
Alright guys, put my shades on.
Sunny.
Back here at the old rock museum, and just wanted to mention that you know, the Romans actually invented this stuff, and You know, this is what it looked like, you know, back in the day. I don't know if you can see that, but I feel like without like the Romans creating that, I don't even think we would have it today. You know, look at all this stuff like behind me. You know, I don't think that would be here.
Yo, what up, dude? So we're out here at this state building, and there's some columns, some good Doric, some good Ionic columns. Got some dope little Corinthian patterns up there. That's pretty cute, I'd say. But I don't know, I feel really inspired. Yeah, dude, I'm just really inspired out here. I can't imagine what the Romans would have felt like.
All right, guys. So this is a little depiction of Rome. You know, it's pretty detailed, and it just really captures a lot of what, you know, it used to be like. And now that I say that, we can really look at, like, you know, this limestone, and this is kind of how Rome did it, except they did it all by hand, you know, and they would do the stuff like this, you know. It's really like detailed, and, you know, also constantly seeing more signs of just Roman architecture everywhere. Look at those pillars. I mean, you know, it's still around us, guys. It's real. It's here.
So in ancient Rome, basically, they had squirrels too. They were just like super ancient. You know, this one looks like a little youngling. But they were old.
Get it? Pillars on top of the dome, and then the dome. So the dome is really, you know, groundbreaking advancement in Roman architecture. You know, because it was strong and it looked cool. So yeah, and if Romans didn't invent that, then I'm wrong.
See, the Romans had gangs too. They had cults, and they had armies. But you see this right here? That's a G. G for gang. Yo, what up, dudes? Here in this road construction site, see how construction can influence us as humans, because construction is kind of annoying. It gets you some flat tires if you're a biker, or if you drive a car or any sort of carriage. Yeah, you could get a flat tire just because there's construction in your way. But also you see these key road features. You got this little gravel level, and then you got this big pasty level that you put over it, and you put these longer flat rocks on top of it. But now we don't call those big flat rocks, we call those bricks. What up?
Hi.
What do they hunt?
What's that?
What do they hunt?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing? Oh.
Our neighbors.
Oh, cool. Dog.
Yeah.
Dude, this tree, first of all, it's fake.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's like a weird silver, bro.
Yeah. That's not what trees are.
Yeah, it's not what trees are supposed to be. And now we're kind of, yeah, they're not natural. It's not the raw element. And like, I know the Romans killed a lot of dudes, but like they were freaking raw.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is just because they're really dumb.
Yeah.
But also I feel like a lot of it, they're just being homies.
Well, you have to think that, and that's the bottom line. And, I mean, there's just so much, you know, materialistic, fake things in this world now. You know, it's
Fake people, dude.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. But anyway, with Rome and everything, like, we got plastic concrete.
Hey.
You know.
Hey, I got you, bro.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. And,
yeah, so that's
I mean,
what up.
And yeah, I mean.